The year was 1975, and famously, the band Aerosmith during this time was living a pretty debaucherous rock and roll lifestyle. Now, this led to a lot of tensions boiling within the band, but despite all of this, they were able to just stay dedicated to the music and create some amazing tracks. Today's riffs come from an iconic album called Toys in the Attic, and you've got to hand it to Aerosmith for keeping it together for so long. You know, so many bands break up. Even the Beatles broke up, but Aerosmith has stayed a band for over 5 decades, which is incredibly impressive. Now, this song all started when the bass player Tom Hamilton just stumbled upon this awesome bass line and groove in the studio one day. Today, I'm going to break it down for you step by step in this sweet emotion guitar lesson. So let's dive into it. The first riff uses just 2 chords. It sounds like this. 3, 4. So we're going to start out on a D5, and this is from the 4th string down, open, 2, 3. That's it, just those 3 notes, and I'm muting the 1st string. I'm doing a lot of muting here with my fretting hand thumb even. Then we're going to go to an A chord. This is an A5 with just 1 finger, open, 2, 2 from the 5th string down. Now, the primary groove that's going on in my head when I play this song is actually a 16th note groove, like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So these start off as 8th notes, 1 and, but then on beat 2, we're going to do a quick 16th note rest and then come back in on the 2 E, the E of 2. So 1 E and a 2 E and a. Okay, so it's down, down, up, up. Okay, 1 and 2 E and a. Then on beat 3, we'll go. Okay, that's a little pull off from the 3rd fret to open on the 5th string, then the 3rd fret on the low E, and then we'll play the A chord again, and then we'll go back to the 3rd fret of the low E like this. That's 3 E and 4 and. So we have these 8th notes, and then the 16th notes are kind of peppered in. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. Repeat. 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. So we have that little rest, 1 and 2 on beat 2, but sometimes I'll do a scratch there as well. So like 1 and. So that's the first riff, and that goes over the verse. Now you'll notice there, this little single note kind of bass-liney riff, and that comes from something called the blues scale. In the key of A. Now, if you're not familiar with your blues scale, I want to give you a gift that's going to help you work this out anywhere on the neck. What it is my free blues scale PDF guide. Just go to johnmcclennan.com/bluesscales and you can download this as my gift to you. On it, it's going to show you the 5 patterns that I use to play up and down the neck. You can play this in any key, and it's going to help you be able to learn the patterns, but then also when you're playing songs, to be able to identify it. Like when I play this riff, I'm like, oh yeah, that's just a little blues lick from the blues scale, and then I know what key it's in, and I just start connecting all these things. So just go to johnmcclennan.com/bluesscales and grab that as my gift to you. Now from there, we're going to play this riff for the verse, and then we go into this. This is the second riff here, and this is an awesome riff. We're going to start off by pulling off from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret on the 5th string. Then we'll play 5 on the low E, and then go 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. So now again, 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Using alternate picking there. Down, That's tied in with the 16th note groove. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now when we get out of this, we go. What I do is I drag up power chords. So instead of going, walking up single notes, I make it a power chord, and that's just 2 and 4. I take this shape and walk it up like this. And back to the verse riff. Now when they sing Sweet Emotion, the harmonies, got this really cool groove that goes. This is such a good riff, and it really demonstrates kind of the A and A bluesy vibe of this. So we're playing that A5 chord, but we're starting out with the 5th string twice, then the 3rd string, then back to the 5th string, then to the A chord. So it's like 1 and 2 E and a 3 E and. Okay, now that there, it's like a, right? The dominant 7th of A7, which again gets a bluesy sound, right? But instead of just going like, playing a shuffle or something, it's like, you got the blues buried in this rock riff. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. So we got a little rest there on the 3rd beat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Okay, then E and then play the 5th string open and go 5 0 3 hammer to 4. Such a good riff. All right, so those are the riffs for the main portion of the song. Now there's one last riff, and here we go to the E chord, which is like the 5 chord in the key of A, and we're gonna play this. Such a cool riff. So here we're using power chords up the neck. I'm playing the low E, the 6th string twice, then play 5 and 7, 5 on the 5th string, 7 on the 4th string, then play the low E, then move this chord up 2 frets and play it twice, like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and then 4 E and okay, so that's 0 5 0 3 4, just like we did here, but we shift it up 1 string to the 6th string, up to the sky, right? So 0 5 0 3 4. 1 2 and 3 and 4. So those are the riffs for Sweet Emotion. Hope you enjoyed this breakdown. Be sure to grab my free blues scale PDF guide if you want to solo over these progressions, if you want to play the rhythm and really understand what's going on. You'll notice as I'm breaking it down, I'm thinking about this is the blues scale, this is part of the chord, and what I'm doing is just kind of connecting all the dots, and then I can play it with more confidence. So just go to johnmcclennan.com/bluescales and you can grab that as my gift to you. As always, thanks for watching, and for more Aerosmith, check out this video next.